We'll call the meeting of the McGee Creek Authority to order. We have a quorum, and the first item on the agenda is a resolution.
Yes.
For me.
Chairman?
Is that okay?
All right, as they're walking down, I'll read the resolution. Whereas the McGee Creek Authority was established in 1978 under the Oklahoma Trust Act and other statutes for the primary purpose of acquiring water supply and transmission system for the members of the MCA. Whereas the MCA consists of the City of Atoka, the County of Atoka, the City of Oklahoma City, and the Oklahoma City Water Utilities Trust, and the Southern Oklahoma Development Trust. Whereas Pete White has served as trustee since June 7, 2005, and was elected chairman of MCA on April 7, 2006. On September 18, 2007, Mr. White testified before the House of Representatives in support of H.R. 2085, which subsequently passed, transferring the title to the water pipeline, pumping facilities, and related appurtenances and associated land from the United States Department of the Interior to MCA. Whereas during his terms of service, Pete White has dedicated towards improving and maintaining strong, supportive partnerships among the members of the MCA. Whereas Pete White championed initiatives that supported the southeastern water supply system, rural water districts, and commercial businesses along the Atoka pipeline. And whereas Pete White has fulfilled his duties as trustee of the MCA with loyalty, professionalism, and dedication. Now therefore be it resolved by the trustees of the McGee Creek Authority that they do gratefully recognize and commend Pete White for his leadership, dedication, direction, and guidance. Be it further resolved that this resolution be entered into the minutes of the March 23, 2017 meeting of the McGee Creek Authority, and that this resolution be presented to Pete White in appreciation for his dedicated service and as a permanent record of his contributions to McGee Creek Authority.
White, we really, you've been busy, sounds like, and we really don't want to give you this. We don't want to see you go, but it is our honor and privilege to present you with this resolution. I guess we're going to need somebody to make a motion.
Move the item.
I will make a motion.
Okay, second. Does we have a motion and a second? And all in favor? Aye. The resolution is adopted.
One of the things that I've most appreciated in September of 2007, I appeared before a committee of the House in the same committee room that Speaker Albert was testified. The only time anybody can remember the House Speaker coming down to testify before a committee, he testified for the committee that formed the McGee Creek Authority. And I remember feeling so awed by the fact that I was there and I was sitting in that same room in the same setting that the Speaker Albert had been. And that's just my whole experience with this has been a great ride. All the folks that are out here and the people that are behind me and the McCall family that went before that's not here any longer, that's out in the legislature now. It's just a great history, and I appreciate it very much. It's not an easy thing to walk away from, and I don't really intend to walk away from it. But there's a time for everything, and it's my time to go to the House, I think. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Vice Chairman Frederick, we also have a resolution for you. I'll read it. Whereas the McGee Creek Authority was established in 1978 under the Oklahoma Trust Act and other statutes for the primary purpose of acquiring water supply, It consists, as the former resolution, with the City of Atoka, County of Atoka, the City of Oklahoma City Water Utilities Trust, and Southern Oklahoma Development Trust. Whereas Robert L. Frederick has served as trustee since January 3, 2013, and was elected vice chairman of the MCA on September 26, 2013. Whereas during Robert L. Frederick's term, he supported projects that improved the southeastern water supply system, including renovation of the regulating tank and headquarters facility. Whereas Robert L. Frederick supported and fostered strong partnerships among the members of MCA. Whereas Robert L. Frederick's leadership secured quality drinking water for the City of Atoka, County of Atoka, and the region. And whereas Robert L. Frederick has fulfilled his duty as trustee of the MCA with loyalty, professionalism, and dedication. Now therefore be it resolved by the trustees of the McGee Creek Authority that they do gratefully recognize and commend Robert L. Frederick for his leadership, dedication, direction, and guidance.
Move the item.
I don't need a microphone. I'm kind of in shock. This particular aspect of my job has been a pleasure like you folks have no idea. I mean, the first time I came up here, I was impressed with such a nice group of people. And you guys have been, in a sense, such a joy to work with, and I am indeed blessed and had no idea this was coming, so I'm kind of overwhelmed right now. Thank you all. Thank you. I sincerely appreciate, and it's been my pleasure to work with every one of you. Thank you so much.
The next item on the agenda is item 5A, which is a resolution adopting the McGee Creek Authority fiscal year 18 budget. It's in our packet today.
Chairman? Subsequent to the preparation and publishing of the agenda, a clerical error was noted on this agenda item. One of the attachments was incorrectly attached, so there's an amended budget attachment on your desk.
Yes. If we have a motion to approve the budget, if it would include the amendment, we wouldn't have to have two motions that way. Are there questions of the general manager concerning the budget?
I'll move the item with the amendment.
And a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the budget as amended. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Budget's approved. Next item, resolution directing the general manager to request participants to make an election regarding the adequate costs for the operation of the McGee Creek Trust indenture. I think this is standard allocation we've used for years and years. Just need to re-up it again. Do we have a motion?
I move it. Second.
Have a motion and a second on item 5B. Any further question or discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? 5B is approved. 5C is to consider fiscal year loan agreement. Again, it's the standard loan agreement that we enter each year to cover the operating costs of the facility. Are there questions about the report or?
Move the item.
You skipped over that one too. Okay.
Okay. Have a motion and do you have a second? I guess I do. Yeah, I have a motion and a second to approve item 5D. If there are no further questions, voting please. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? 5D.
We need to approve the minutes,
Yeah, okay. We need to go back to item 4, which is the approval of the minutes from the September 29, 2016 meeting. They are also in the packet. Have a motion? Okay. Have a motion and a second to approve the 2016 September minutes. Questions? Voting, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay. Now we're at item 5E, D, which is the resolution is, we're talking about the arbitrage, right?
The resolution.
Oh, it's time for me to get out of here when I can't keep up with it. This shows why I'm leaving right here. I can't. Okay, it's to appoint somebody to follow me and follow Mayor Frederick. So the recommendations are here in the file. Are there questions or?
I rarely get to make a motion to appoint the mayor to something, so I'd like to make that motion.
Okay. Have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Now we're on 5E with the arbitrage. Again, it's just to authorize the services of a company that handles the arbitrage checking for us. Do we have a motion?
Move to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the resolution concerning arbitrage services. Questions? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Next item, selection of Bank First, Ameristate Bank, and J.P. Morgan Chase as the McGee Creek Authority depositories for 2018. That is no change from the previous resolutions. Do you have a motion?
I make that motion, sir.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve item 5F. Questions, comments? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Item 5G. This is an amendment to the existing water utilities professional services contract to perform a cultural and environmental study on the McGee Creek pipeline. Comments, questions? Do you have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve item 5G. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? 5G is approved. Item 5H, it's a ratification of the action of the chairman in approving change order number 3, increasing it by $7,159.50.
Move to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. Questions? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? One of the great things about serving as on this trust and other places I've done, is you always have somebody sitting by you that when you lose your place, they will be able to tell you exactly where you are and what you should be doing.
Audited financial.
Yeah, it's I. The next item is I, and it's the receipt of the audited financial statement for the fiscal year ended June 30th, 2016. Yeah, I saw it. Are there questions about the financial statement? Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Second. Have a motion and a second to approve the audited financial report. All in favor say aye. Aye. And then the next item is the ratification of the payments between September the 16th and March the 14th of 2014. And that is item J, and the details of that are in the packet. Are there any questions or comments about that? Do we have a motion?
I make the motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve to ratify the payments made between September 16 and March of this year. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Next item is items from trustees. Any comments from trustees?
I just want to thank both of you for your service on this board. It's been a pleasure working with both of you.
Thank you. It's been a great opportunity for me. I've been involved with water, not the McGee Creek Authority and the Lake Atoka Association this early, but I was involved in the 80s when the Oklahoma City Water Utilities Trust was reformed. And so I've been at this a long time, and the relationship that Oklahoma City has between what I consider to be our partners in Southeast Oklahoma have just been phenomenal. You see a lot on television about people raising Cain about they don't like this about Oklahoma City and they don't like that, but the leadership in southeastern Oklahoma City that I've dealt with has been so positive about the value of the pipeline and the value of those reservoirs, not only to Oklahoma City, but to the community, southeastern Oklahoma community, and everybody along the pipeline has an opportunity that was unparalleled. I said at a meeting yesterday that I've heard a lot of conversation about a water system that would move water from where there's plentiful water to areas where there isn't one, and I think we've been doing that 50 years here, and with very little fanfare, and it's been a really source of pleasure for me to be part of that. I want to thank all of you for giving me that opportunity. General Manager's reports.
Mr. Chairman, Ron Butler's here to give us a lake level and pumpage report.
As far as operations, I really don't have anything to report outstanding of the last 6 months. But I will say, as far as the water is concerned, we got word November the 15th to start moving water to Atoka Lake. We did so at a rate of 50 million gallons a day. March the 6th, we got a call to up that rate to 70 million, which is where we are currently. We started off this pumping season, the lake was 3 feet below normal, and now we're approaching 9 feet below normal. That's all I have, unless you have questions.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Then the next item is report, the water usage report.
Water use report. Larry, you want to come up and give us the water use report?
Every year, entities are required to report their water usage to the Oklahoma Water Resources Board. So as far as the McGee Creek Authority goes, we have several different entities that use water from that particular body of water. And the following chart shows the water usage for Oklahoma City, SODA, the County of Atoka, and for the City of Atoka. These totals do not include the monthly releases from the dam for the water quality, which is about 11 CFS, in order to maintain water quality downstream.
Thank you. We need rain. Is that the consensus of everybody in the room? Would be nice for it to rain for all of us. Yeah. I think that concludes the. Are there citizens to be heard? Hearing none, I believe we're adjourned. Thank you.